So the first question is, what other than religion, or what religion rank would be your top three that you believe makes up Pakistani culture? So I think the first and foremost is language, because there's such a diversity of language. Secondly, region, and third, ethnicity. How does each of your choices affect a Pakistan citizen's daily life? I think that language was my first choice because it affects somebody so much. As they said, the two official languages are spoken by so few of the population, with English being as low as 9% and being taught really by the people that have more money or that are higher up in, government and power. And how limiting it is that if you don't speak it, you can't really go to university, or if you don't speak it well enough, a lot of places have programs and things in writing just in those languages, and limiting. It seems like it's a really bad way to divide the communities, because here you're not being encouraged to celebrate your past culture, because realistically, other than just talking to the people that you grew up or are around, it's not going to do you any good, especially since there's so much in poverty. So anyways, that was my number one. Region is because the regions are so different. You're going to have a mountainous area, which in the winter it's below freezing, and then you're going to have other areas where it's just like San Diego weather in the winter, in the 60s. And they're so different, and because of that, their customs and other things are going to be different as well, which is going to, kind of divide them and make them different per region. And lastly, ethnicity. A lot of different ethnic groups came together and were drafted in that border of Pakistan when the nation was created. And I think that created a lot of differences in their culture that affects them daily, because here is somebody that might be from a completely different background. They've been in that mountain region for centuries and for hundreds of years, yet another city is probably going to be predominantly people that moved from India, which is a different ethnic group than the one over there. So I think that affects them overall. Does your choice different from what makes up American culture? Why and why not? I think that in a way it doesn't, because America was founded by foreigners and by a lot of different people from other countries, not just Britain, and from the Native Americans here. So I think that because of that mixing, it has something to do with our culture today, although we are a nation that's hundreds of years old, whereas Pakistan is still in its infancy. So I think that we're at different levels. And I think that obviously, in the sense of ethnicity, we're very much like Pakistan. We have a lot of ethnicities. And even though a lot of different people here speak other languages, English is the predominant language. It is the only official language. And everybody that successfully lives here speaks English. I think that we have a large influence of Hispanics, but we're not even near where Pakistan is. I think that that's very different. And as far as the regions, of course, somebody that grew up in New York is going to be a little bit different with their experiences and a little bit of their culture from somebody who grew up in like Montana. But even then, there is a little bit of an overall American culture that we all share, in which in Pakistan it might still not be that way. They might still be very divided by how it was all put together, and I think that they're still, again, like in their infancy, and they're trying to figure out a lot of this out, and it's going to take a lot more decades for them to further lessen that inequality that they have right now.